Hi, my name is Amber, and this is my book talk for Last of the Firedrakes by Farah Oomerbhoy. I received this book for free for honest review through BookTube Tours and Loving Them Books. This is the first in a trilogy for the Avalonian Chronicles, and all the links for the book and the author will be linked down below, and there's also a giveaway right now where you can win a copy of The Last of the Firedrakes. This is a story about a girl named Aurora who was adopted when she was younger, and her family is horrible to her. They treat her terribly and they don't care for her, and they let her know that. She's also bullied in school and just doesn't feel like she fits in anywhere. One day, through some circumstance, she is dragged through a portal into a different world and learns that her entire life is about to change. This review is going to be spoiler-free, so don't worry about that if you haven't read it yet. If you have, please message me. I'd love to talk about this with somebody, just to talk about it. I really enjoyed and loved the story. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. The characters are really entertaining and fun to read about. The world is huge. There's so much that you learn throughout this entire book, and you just keep learning more and more that you honestly get lost and you have to rethink about what is happening where. And at first, the main character, Aurora, she's learning. She's still growing as a person and she's still dealing with everything that she's learning throughout the story. But you see her grow and you see her become stronger throughout this entire book, and that honestly makes you like her more by the end of it. But she's definitely a character where she had a lot of moments where she would say, nothing could go wrong here and there's no way this could get any worse, and you're just sitting there going, stop saying that, it's just going to get worse. Now, this book is filled with a lot of magic. There is fae and mages and a Pegasus, which is amazing, and she's a fantastic character. And the romantic interest, Rafi, is honestly really entertaining. He's very dark and mysterious, and you're kind of learning his path throughout the book as well, and seeing who he really is. When it comes to the villain of the story, you actually don't see her at all throughout most of the book. She's only in the book for about 5 seconds. There's a little bit, and then she's gone, and that's it. So the villain doesn't really have any backstory to her. There's no real build up to who she is and what she's like. She's just kind of pushed in the back and not really seeming important. You're mainly focused on Aurora and everybody that she's around and what she's going to be doing, which is fine. It's just a different thing for me. I've never seen that happen before in a book where a villain is that pushed back from the story. This is definitely a lighter fantasy. It's not as heavy or dark. Everything's really light and more upbeat. It definitely feels like a YA fantasy, but I loved every minute of it. It was honestly, there's tropes and it's a certain way of YA, but you love it. It's hard not to really enjoy this. There wasn't much that I didn't like about this. It did feel like it was dragged out a little bit in some places, but it is a fantasy and sometimes those can just seem like they're a little longer than you would imagine them to be. And there are times when certain characters would just be gone from the story and I would just be focused on when they were going to come back. There's so much about this that I could talk about, but that would spoil a lot of things. I don't want to mention really any more characters or anything else because it spoils things throughout the story. Trying to think of things to say without spoiling it was actually really difficult, and that's why I'm not going to be saying a ton about this. I just overall think this is a really great, fun story, and it definitely leaves you wanting the next book and wanting to see where things go and what's going to happen next. Overall, there just really wasn't much that I disliked about this book. I enjoyed it so much, and I probably enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. There's just so much to this world and so much more that she can build upon for the characters and for the world around her, and the portals that take you between different worlds, and there's just so much that she could take this towards that I'm really interested to see where this goes. That is all my thoughts on The Last of the Firedrakes. Again, all of the links will be linked down below. And make sure to check out the giveaway. This is a fantastic book to win. Well, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.